Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Bricks Originals! And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the ARK Survival LEGO Custom Tusoteuthis. But before we head on with this video, here are the winners for Guess This PC contest. First up, Lucky Picks, here they are. CNES, Person Dad, Xenomorph, Isaiah, Dustly, Garchomp, Lord, 42 Ostriches, Dino Park, and Aiden Stevenson. Congratulations everyone! And now for our top 10 winners. Gravity, Copter Cat, Mr. T-Rex, Jimmy Emerald Tangkalisa, Fury the Green Allosaurus, Jurassic Guy, Jeffrey Martinez, Jurassic Bricks, Black Tiger, and Maximum Power. Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you on our next SSPC contest. For those of you who would like to join, here's how. Just click on the Extinct Bricks icon, and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. And without the homepage, just click on the community link, and it will lead you to all my posts. I'll see you there everyone! And now for the making of the Tusoteuthis. So here we have mechanized some parts of LEGO figures as well as minifigure hands here for us to complete the Tusoteuthis figure. And here, after some sculpting as well as improvising on some of the tentacles here using wiring, here is how it looks like so far. So what I used is this non-sag epoxy parts A and B. So I mix them up together and integrate all parts, and that's the one thing I use to make the sculpting on this particular figure. And after that, that's actually cured for 24 hours. I then primered it with white primer, and then after it's dried, it's now ready for painting. And for the painting, we have here some of our materials that we'll be using, but first here is here's the reference that I'm actually using, and this is the reference that I have from ARK. So it has this orangey color to it with some reds and also some tones of black and purple, and yeah, so we're going to do that and replicate that same colors here. We'll be needing some acrylics here, some brushes, my handy dandy hand dryer, and some water. So let's start painting. So here is just plain orange, and we're painting all of the tentacles with this. A bit of information on this particular species. Tusoteuthis vampirus is a very aggressive water predator. Approximately 30 feet long, Tusoteuthis is a terror of the deep. Once it grabs its prey, it slowly crushes it into submission while using the talons on its tentacles to sip on and drink the victim's blood. Tusoteuthis is a terrifying opponent for several reasons. Firstly, it grabs slowly to renders its victim unconscious, so that isn't the only concern. Second, its vampiric blood drain instantly revitalizes it even during combat. Finally, Tusoteuthis is losing the fight. It sprays a cloud of ink into the surrounding water, blinding its attackers to cover a sneaky escape. Very typical of a squid, right? So here we are applying several details on the head. So this is just red, and we're applying it on the topmost portion of the head here. We're also going to paint the sections of the eyes red so that the eyeballs will pop out later on. A bit more info. It is a monstrous relative of the vampire squid. Tusoteuthis is the largest aquatic creature on the Ark, and bears a closer resemblance to giant squids, but it's much more terrifying than its timid kin. Tusoteuthis has powerful tentacles, with hooked suckers capable of draining or drawing blood and keeping even a mosasaurus from escaping from a horrible fate. So here we have several colors that we are trying to blend and also create a gradient effect from orange to red to purple to violet and even black. So the black colors will actually be composed of that at the ends of the tail. This is actually a mixture of violet and black, although it actually ended up looking like black. After this, we're going to create interesting spots on the sections where we left it off from, so that there would be some blockage of colors as well. Makes it more interesting in a way. Okay, so like other squids, it has a parrot-like beak that hides in the center of the writhing mass, ripping flesh, shell, and bone into easy to swallow bits. I actually created this particular figure because I recently watched Squid Games in Netflix, and yeah, why the hell not? Why not make a squid in extinct bricks? So here is it. I hope you guys would like this one, because although it's not pretty much requested on my channel, it is something that I've been longing to make for the longest time. For those of you who watch Squid Games, what is your favorite game in all of the games that were actually featured there? My favorite was the first one, because it reminded me of, you know, Rex and Allan. Don't move a muscle. Remember that? Yeah, if you move a muscle, you're dead. Well, anyways, continuing on with the paint on this squid. It seems like it's almost done, but not yet, because there will be this. Alright, in paleontological findings, or in real data, Tusoteuthis actually means crushed squid. Although often called a squid, it is now thought to be more closely related to modern-day octopuses. Examination of the gladius remains was yielded an estimated mantle length close to or equal to that of modern giant squid. Okay, so continuing on with the paint, you can see here this is actually a mixture of violet, a little bit of white, and a touch of black to it. So I'm painting on the insides of the tentacles, including that of the beak. So it's a really tricky painting at this point, because I don't want to paint over the orangey ones, but if ever I do, I just let it go and just let it be. And that ends the making video on the Tusoteuthis. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something from it as well. Now, assemblings. Let's count off the number of parts, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 12 pieces to it. Okay, so let's start by, Alright, so let's start probably by picking up the mouthpiece here and connecting the tentacles. So, let's start counting. First one, the longest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the longest one, 7, and let's place first the beak. Oh wait, I made a mistake. This one goes the other way. Well, let's just flip it over. Now let's add in the last tentacle here, 8. Now let's connect the head to the mouthpiece here. After that, let's connect to the body. And that's it. Our finished Tusoteuthis. And now for the closer look of the Tusoteuthis. So you can see here that the GCL here is really safe inside this submarine, so it's not going to go out anytime soon. Right, so moving along with the video, you can see here that the Tusoteuthis of our giant squid here is quite, similar to that of the squid that we have here for art. So the same colors and the same paint scheme, same as that of the dossier that we have for the ARK survival game. It has this stud receptors on the bottom, and the overall shape of the squid body is very much sculpted. The head here and the eyes are very similar to our ammonite, and you have here flexible tentacles all around. All in all, there are 6 shorter ones and 2 longer tentacles to it. It has one beak on the insides of the tentacles, and you can see here that each of the tentacles are very much flexible. And even the longer ones, see? So this tentacle can actually be used to grabbing prey and also playing with other submarines or boats, things like that. So in terms of articulation, you can actually move its head like up and down, like so, because it has a ratchet articulation to it. You can also twist its head all around. So even though it's just a squid, it actually has a lot of articulation points to it. And that's it for the closer look of our giant squid or Tusoteuthis. Now we move on with the size comparisons. And for the size comparisons, of course, we have here the GCL, who is back for a human versus Tusoteuthis size comparison. And based off from the photo that you see here above, it's almost actually the same size. And now it's time for us to compare with other creatures from the deep that we have recently done for extinct breaks. And the first one would be our Ichthyosaurus. Our Ichthyosaurus, if most of you do not know, is just about the size of a regular dolphin. And it also looks like a dolphin. However, the colors and also the sculpting on this one is really made so that it doesn't really look like a dolphin at all. Alright, bye bye Mr. Ichthyosaurus. Let's now move on to the next one, the ammonite. The ammonite is actually one of the inspirations that I got in making this giant squid or these Tusoteuthis. Although this ammonite has its own shell here, the points of articulation are very much different as that of the squid. It both has 8 tentacles to it and with flexible ones as well, only shorter. And that's it for the ammonite. We can now move on with the next comparison. The next comparison would be a much larger creature, the Tusoteuthis. And of course, the Tusoteuthis here is actually a fish, and actually my favorite fish here in the Philippines is bangus. Not only that the bangus is a very tasty delicacy here in the Philippines, it is also the national fish here in my country. So if you haven't checked out this Tusoteuthis yet, please do check it out. It's a really colorful custom of mine, and please check it out. Okay, so the next of my comparisons would be this mighty Temnodontosaurus. The Temnodontosaurus is also an ichthyosaur, and it has the largest eyes of all of the ichthyosaurs. So it has large eyes, it has the same head structure as that of the ichthyosaur as well. Okay, so let's move on with the next one. This is the Tylosaurus. The Tylosaurus is based off from the Jurassic Park Telltales game. So the printing and also the painting on this one is actually based off from that particular creature. I wonder who would win between the giant squid or the Tusoteuthis and versus this Tylosaurus. So, casting your votes, Tylosaurus or giant squid, who would win? Okay, so I think that is it for our size comparisons. Let us now proceed with the species roll call. And you can see here all of the creatures that we see here so far, but if you do have other suggestions that you'd like Extinct Breaks to do or you'd like to see here on this channel, just put it on or write it on the comment section down below. Who knows, I just might indulge you with my new Extinct Breaks creation. Also, the GCL here would like to remind you guys that all of the creatures that you see here are present in the Extinct Breaks playlist, but we will be placing in individual links to each of the creatures here so that you won't have to find and click them up. So what do you think would be the next creature of the deep here in Extinct Breaks? I'll leave it up to you guys to guess. But for now, let's continue on with the species roll call, shall we? First up, Tusoteuthis from Jurassic World again. Tylosaurus from Jurassic Park Telltale game. This is Ammonite by Extinct Breaks, of course. This is the Ichthyosaurus from Extinct Breaks. This is the Temnodontosaurus by Extinct Breaks, of course. And the star to show here, the Tusoteuthis from ARK. And that's it for our video so far for this time. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as I enjoyed making this particular species of squid. I'll see you next time, guys. I'm going to leave you with some photos as well as a video clip on the Tusoteuthis. First up, I would like to say thank you so much for supporting my channel and also my other channels as well. Your comments, your views, and your likes mean the world to me. So just keep on supporting this channel. I hope someday we would be making some more adventures together. Watch out for other videos on Extinct Breaks as well. Again, thank you so much and maraming salamat sa inyong lahat. But before we end on this video, I would like to say, also please support our other channels, The Adventures of Moira and Asher and Ibito Universe. Please watch their videos and support our channels as well by subscribing. And as we always would say, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone and bye!